Next up, at UFC Vegas 93, we have Asu Almabaev taking on Jose Johnson. Asu Almabaev is 19-2. The opposite of the fight that we just broke down. Both of these gentlemen have good, lengthy careers with a whole wealth of experience. 19-2, Asu Almabaev is 5-0 in his last 5 and riding a 15-fight win streak. 16-8, Jose Johnson is 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a bounce-back submission win. Asu Almabaev is so fun to watch. This guy's a flashy striker and a dominant grappler. He can control the striking range. He'll work in a whole bunch of spinning attacks, and then he will shoot big takedowns and then control on top. He doesn't go looking for submissions, but he does a great job grabbing them in scrambles. He's strong, he sets a pace, and he has an insane amount of cardio. He's coming off of a very fun, high-paced fight over a very feisty CJ Vergara, where he had 9 takedowns and ultimately dominated that fight. He's taking on Jose Johnson. This guy is the opposite. He is not a small, fast wrestler. He is a long, lean Muay Thai striker. This guy is humongous for this weight class. I don't know how he's going to make the weight. I don't know how any of that is going to go down, but this guy is absolutely tremendous for this weight class, and he is a Muay Thai striker. He uses length really well. He likes to come forward and control the center with his speed and his length. He's got versatile striking. He's going to use teep kicks, clinch work, traditional boxing to touch you up. He doesn't have the best takedown defense, and that is going to be a problem here because Jose Johnson is long enough to give Asu trouble on the feet, but unfortunately, he doesn't have good enough takedown defense to keep it there. I think Asu Almabaev does whatever he wants to do. I think he'll close the distance, avoid any big strikes that come his way, and get this fight to the ground. And unlike CJ Vergara, I don't think Jose is just going to keep popping right back up. I think he's too long. And the length actually gives Asu a lot of things to hold on to, a lot of things to tie up, a lot of things to work with. Asu Almabaev is going to be the pick. He's another guy. He's minus 600 right now. I imagine that is going to widen. We just lost the biggest favorite on the card. That money's going to go somewhere else, and I think it's going to go to Asu Almabaev. What do you think, Chicky boy?
Yeah, I don't really get the love for Jose in this fight. You know, and even in the media day to day, I mean, he's 1-1 in the UFC. He was kind of honestly getting rolled by Chad. He basically kind of had to out tough that situation. Good for him for doing that, right? I mean, he was getting taken down. He was finding the reversals that he needed, but he needed that finish. Otherwise, he was going to be 0-2 in the UFC. In the media day to day, he's talking about, I think I can beat Pantoja, and I'm going to be the champ. It's like, dude, you haven't even been in this weight class yet. You're 1-1, and we're getting rolled by Chad and highlighter. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know, Asu is going to be the pick here. He definitely probably fucks around a little bit too much on the feet. He's got the spinning stuff he likes to throw. He definitely holds his chin a little bit. When you got a 6-foot striker, that could be an issue. But as far as the wrestling and the scrambling, he needed every ounce of scrambling ability against Chad to win that fight. And he's not going to win those scrambles against a guy like Asu, I wouldn't assume. So I'm going to Asu.
6 feet tall at 125 pounds. Do you remember? Probably not. I'm forgetting his name.
He's the tallest of all time, they said. At
this weight class? I forget his name. Corey something. And this wasn't a, like, as we all know, Chris Weidman's leg snapped in half. We know Anderson Silva's leg snapped in half. This was the first time I had seen it. Corey something. I'm forgetting his last name, but this is about 20 years ago. Insanely tall, insanely skinny, just like no, it was just bone, like barely 10, like it was the skinniest legs in the world, and just like snapped in half. And it's just like, yeah, dude, you're too skinny. There is no muscle supporting anything here. And Jose Johnson he's just bone and then skin. It's crazy.
If he works as hard, and I assume he is, I mean, he's not a pussy. If he works as hard to win those scrambles that he did against Chad at 125, I mean, I don't know how he's not going to gas out.
I don't know how he was like, yeah, let me lose a little more weight. It's Corey Hill. Yes, big capper. Corey Hill. It's crazy. Like his body, I'm let's see if he makes weight. And if he does make weight, I am very interested to see how he looks. It would be wild if he pops on that scale, good to go, tons of energy, popping his shoulders. All, like that would be insane to me. But either way, Asu Almabaev, big time favorite, should be a big time favorite, regardless of cardio, no cardio. I mean, Asu Almabaev is a dominant wrestler. Jose Johnson struggles to defend takedowns. Asu is going to be worth that $9,500 because he is certainly going to get the takedowns, potentially win by finish, and I will have him in my DraftKings lineup. If you do want to check out the picks, the bets, the round line leans, and everything else that we've got going on this week, go to WeWantPicks.com and click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10, and you're going to get more than just this week. You're also going to get UFC Saudi Arabia and UFC 303.